Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to our leadership call, our Sunday edition. My name is Miriam Kareem, and I'm very happy to have you all here today so we can get some more wonderful education from none other than our beloved Coach Will Sanders. Quick trip to the newbie corner. I was listening to today with the John Maxwell series of the 21 Laws of Leadership. And one of them really struck me was the law of navigation, to where as a leader, when you're developing into a leader, um, you have to be able to read a room. You have to be able to pick up on things before they happen, anticipate things before they happen. And that only can happen with experience and with practice and just getting into doing things, observing, not always being so quick to jump in and give your 2 cents, but to really just sit back and observe and see how things are handled so that you can be able to step into that role when needed and anticipate things that possibly could happen on your team, or possibly things with a situation when you're out prospecting. So that's my tip for today. Just be aware. Maybe just sit back and observe, and you'll hopefully be able to hone in on those skills a little bit more, and you'll get into the groove of becoming a leader. I'm working on that as well. So now, I'd like to bring to all our teacher today, Coach Will Sanders. He is a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world, seven-figure earner at HBN in our Green Organics company, and our first six-figure earner over at Global Science. Amazing teacher, always knows how to help you get your business to where you need to be, helpful tips, wonderful insight. So, Coach Will Sanders, are you available, sir?
I am available, Miriam. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to touch on what Miriam talked about on the newbie corner in a second. But before I do that, I want to do a little bit of a housekeeping. As you know, the Go-Go Sticks are live, absolutely live. And we're going to do a full out training on that this week. We just want to make sure even more people get their hands on them before we do the product training and things of that nature. But you've seen people posting, you've seen people on TikTok with them already. You've seen people, as soon as they come in, people are doing unboxing videos, Facebook Live, Reels. It is going bananas as we expected. For anyone who took our last Sunday night's call and even the Tuesday night call, if anybody who took that call seriously, your Monday should be really special. And I'm glad that this call tonight is at 7 p.m. and not 8, because myself and some others are going to get back into the inbox trenches, so to speak, to run our sales up even more, so we can have the best Monday that any of us have ever had on the Go to Sana side of things. Anyway, so that's going to be great. Quick Nashville update: Friday night. We will be at Bad Axe Nashville, BADAXE, Bad Axe Nashville. Full menu, tons of food, plenty of places to relax and sit down and move around. Full bar, tons of drinks, great people, adult drinks and non-adult drinks. It's going to be an amazing time. Friday night, September 12th, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Bad Axe Nashville. We'll be there. I introduced you to a bunch of acts. We're going to have an amazing tournament there, and there are going to be some pros there to give y'all tips, and also to see who's got the potential to really be great. Other than that, we've been doing some amazing orders for the recognition gifts at Nashville. And if everything goes smoothly the way I want it to, this will be the coolest set of recognition gifts ever given at any boot camp we've ever done over the last since 2019. So be very ready for that. Be excited for that. And if you're going to get your ranks up, do me a favor, get them done this month, because if you get your ranks up in September, and we don't have time to order what you need or what you deserve or what you earned, you got to catch us on the next event if there even is one. So that's that. If we don't, we'll get it to you in the mail. So Nashville is going to be amazing, and we'll have updates on Sunday as well, very soon. Now, that being said, Miriam talked about getting experience and learning how to read a room and how to navigate different opportunities. And that's really smart. The only thing I would add to that, other than the fact that I hope you guys understand exactly what she said, and the confidence that comes from experience in just doing the reps, sending the messages, doing the meetings, showing the plan, doing the invitations, getting the no's, driving the miles, or doing the Zooms or the Facebook Lives. That's how you get better. You get better through the reps, and you cannot let a feeling of temporary embarrassment on the early side prevent you from accumulating the skills and experience you need to be great very, very soon, and then continue to be great, because you'll never be as bad as you were in the beginning, ever. Once you get to a certain point, you're pretty much great for forever after that. Now, that being said, I want to give you guys a really quick formula. This will help you as you go through your reps and go through the experiences necessary. I want you to write down these three letters, SOS. Like the emergency beacon, just write this down, SOS. You can write this on a wristband. You can put this somewhere where you can see it. And when you start to incorporate SOS into your life, it will really help you accelerate your time frame. And the S is going to stand for support, the O is going to stand for or, and the S is going to stand for scatter. And I want you to understand what that means. Anytime you make a choice, you got your 20 reasons why list, you know what your business goals are, you know what your family goals are, you know what your health goals are, you know what all your goals are. The problem is typically in your decision making and your self discipline. And sometimes it helps to look at every choice that you make in O is or. So support or scatter. So you got to choose. So every time you make a decision, okay, I know that I'm on this weight loss journey. I know that when I have these before and after pictures with the products, people are going to go crazy on social media. That's my goal. All right, I'm about to go eat dinner. I've already done my workout for the day. I'm going to eat dinner. I got the grilled chicken salad and some vitality, but then I got a burger, fries, and a shake. I can do that too. Is that decision of eating the grilled chicken salad with your products and supplements going to support your goals, or is it going to scatter your energy? Because you have to be laser focused like a beam of sunlight through a magnifying glass to get to your goals. And the reason why a lot of people lose is because their sunlight, their sunbeam is not focused through the magnifying glass, it's scattered all over the place. You cannot start a fire. You can take a ball of newspaper and put it on the ground and the sun will shine on it. It will not set that newspaper on fire. But if you take a magnifying glass and hold it between the newspaper, the goals, and the sun, okay, which is you, when you apply that focus, you'll burn that newspaper up. It'll catch fire very quickly. You could burn a hole through your hand with a magnifying glass. And all it is, something that focuses light. It focuses energy. You have to focus your energy. If you scatter your energy, if you move in your magnifying glass everywhere, you're not going to set nothing on fire. Your arm's just going to get tired. Never going to reach your goals. So whenever you make a decision, okay, I'm scrolling on social media. Whoa, let me pause. And are the things I'm watching on social media, is it knowledge? Is it those little bite-sized bits of information? Is it looking for information that, leaders in the industry, or financial information, or personal development information, or is it just entertaining goofy stuff, which we all do from time to time? Nothing wrong with that. But you can't make that a focal point, okay? Because now you're missing the newspaper altogether. So even when it comes down to eating, what am I in this meal? Is it going to support my goals, or is it going to scatter my energy? It's one or the other. There is no in between. There is no in between. Okay. Well, I just won't eat. Okay. Well, to a degree, that's intermittent fasting. That will support your goals. So even when you don't make a decision, you're still choosing one of them. Am I going to wake up this morning and go for my walk? This bed, these blankets feel comfortable. That is scattering your energy. You're not focused on your goal. That type of activity does not support your goal. Okay. Am I going to stay up late? Like, okay, so me and Marcus last night were up super late. Coach, I don't know what time we wrapped up. We're working on some amazing stuff for y'all. I can't talk about it yet, but we working on it for you. It's going to be amazing. We were up super late. Okay. But let's say we had midnight his time, 2 a.m. my time, right? But let's say, for example, we were just up late goofing off, talking about football or whatever till 3, 4 in the morning, not getting sleep. Okay. Is not getting sleep good for your health? No. So it's obviously not supporting the goals that we want, which is to be a product of the product. Okay. So as you accumulate the experiences and you make those choices that Miriam talked about, you can choose things that will support your goals or scatter your energy. There's no in between. If you rack up more support votes than you do scatter votes, you're probably going to be okay. And you can apply this to your personal relationships, your health. You can apply this to your money. Do I need to put my card on this vending machine and get this $3.85 bottle of water? I don't know if that's really, I could probably invest that $3.85. And then in a year, it'll be worth like $9. I mean, you got to really start to think support or scatter and look at that in any type of goal, not just your business and your rank goals. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Now, here's the story. And I didn't put a one in the chat if that makes sense. This is not going to be a long call tonight because we got to get to work. I know we all busy, especially tonight, especially trying to get these orders up for Matrix Monday, which is going to be magical for so many people. Here's a story, and another leader in the industry told me this story, but I'll tell you this story, and it's the best as I can remember it. If we've done variations on this, but I like this version for today because it's short. Now, if Coach Marcus and Paula did a Facebook Live in the group, in the big group, and they said, listen, guys, we have these new, really slick green organics flyers. And there's just enough information on that one page of paper. It's nice color. You know, you got just the top 5 products from each company are on there, the pay plan and some testimonials. This is a really nice picture with some little flyer with some pictures on it, really nice card stock. And this is what we're saying. Paula and Marcus are both going to sign off on this. They're going to give you a contract, okay? Where if you passed out flyers 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, for 300 and whatever, like 50 days a year when you take out the 5 days a week. But if you passed out flyers, okay, at the mall and in a parking lot, it has to be somewhere public. Doesn't matter if you go to the same place twice or not. But if you had to pass out flyers 5 days a week, okay, 8 hours a day, and at the end of 1 year of doing that, okay, so just 5 days a week for 52 weeks or whatever, okay, take off for holidays, no problem. But if you got that contract and at the end of the year, Paula would give you $50 million, $50 million, would you take that contract, yes or no? If you had to pass out flyers every day, 5 days a week for 8 hours a day, just hand out flyers, hand out flyers. That's all you have to do, hand out flyers. That's it, hand out flyers, all you do. Doesn't matter who, what, don't even worry about who take it or how they take it, but it has to be to a person. Here you go, here you go, here you go. Pretty much everybody would take that. I would definitely take that. Even if I had a full-time job like I did back in the day, I would just make sure I had a night job and I would spend my 8 hours in a day or work on weekends, and I would do those flyers out. Let me ask you, remember, so everybody who's saying you would take the deal, all right, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, thank you, Coach Marcus, 260 total days in 1 year, so that's 100 days off, right? And at the end of the year, no matter who joined or bought or nobody, okay, you would get $50 million from the company, just one big check, boom, have at it, okay? Let me ask you this. If you were sick, would you still show up in the parking lot, yes or no? Because if you miss one of your 5 days, you can't go. You can go sick. You can go if you sneeze in, even if you got COVID, you can still go. You can still go. We just let you know, if you're sick, you would still go. If it was raining, would you go? Yes or no? If it's raining, would you go or no? If it was raining. Because if you miss a day of your 5 days, the deal is off. All bets are off. Okay. If it was snowing, would you show up? Would you find a way to go if it was snowing and you didn't have a car? Would you just somehow become resourceful enough to still make, remember, 50 million, 260 days from now. Okay. I'm going to tell you why everybody is saying yes, because of the word contract. Okay. You're saying yes because you know you're certain of the outcome. You would put the work in 5 days a week, even work around your regular job to get that work in 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, because you'd be certain of the outcome. You are so confident that your confidence rises to the level of mathematical certainty. I know if I do this, I'm going to get that. Okay. But when it comes to your business, especially this week, and this last week, it's not backbreaking labor. It's not even standing out in the snow. Okay. Just understand that. You don't really show up like talking about. A lot of you don't. A lot of you do not show up at the level that I was asleep by 5. I was asleep by 4:30 and up by 7:15. That was me today. I don't know. I know I don't look like it. That's what it is. Okay. That's the level that all leadership is operating on right now, even if you don't know it. Okay. We don't have time to tell you. We're too busy making it happen again. All right. Because Marcus said that his second million's coming faster than the first million. It is, isn't it? Isn't it? We see it because of the effort that's been going on the last 30, 60, and right now the next 90 days. It's amazing. All right. You're not showing up at your business because you don't feel certain of the outcome, or you're just kind of showing up 2 days out the 5 days, 3 days out the 5 days. You're not really showing up at the level that real diamonds that requalify for diamond every month show up at. You're not doing that. Okay. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're overwhelmed. It's not because the work is so hard. It's just because some of you lack certainty. All right. But success in this industry requires the same level of certainty that you would bring to that $50 million contract. It requires the same energy. It requires the same mindset because the work is not backbreaking labor. The work is just talking to people. Like, what else is the work of really network marketing? If you really break it down to its core, it's really just about talking to people. I don't care if it's text, email, Facebook Live, in person, Instagram, TikTok, a home meeting, a home party, coffee shop meeting, flyers, whatever, drop cards, website. It doesn't really matter. It's really just talking to people. That's not hard work. You talk to people every day. Anyway, it's a rare day where you don't talk to anybody. So the work is not backbreaking work. You just don't have the certainty. You don't have the certainty. And that's the tough part. And Miriam made a great point. You'll probably get a lot of no's, but a lot of no's equal a lot of money. The people that have the most money in these pay plans, we got the most no's. I got some no's this week and didn't even care. Well, what happened when they said no? Next, next, 100% next, next. It's the only word. That's the word for the week. Next, okay, next. It's an abundance mentality as far as prospects. Now let's talk about something a little bit different tonight, because you know what to do. If you do it, it's going to be on you. We've taught you everything you need to know. We all have. It's really up to you. Are you going to implement that or not? But let's kind of go a little deeper for some people tonight. This will be helpful, and we'll probably wrap up the call with this section because we got to get to work. Because you know the business is all about people. Just put that one in the chat. If you just understand that we're in the people business, we build people, people build the business, and the real work that we do is communicating with people through a variety of mediums. But that's all we're doing. We're communicating to people about our products and opportunity. This is not a difficult concept, okay? But here's the thing about talking to people, and hopefully this will resonate with, I know it'll resonate with somebody who needs this. How you relate to yourself sets the tone for how you relate to people, money, opportunity, health, and everything else, okay? I'm gonna break it down. Your business can only grow to the extent that you do, okay? Loving yourself, like self-love, self-respect, self-worth, things of that nature, that's not selfish. That is the soil for leadership. Now, let me explain. If you do not love yourself, and I don't mean like going to take a spa day and stuff like that, which is good. Self-care is good. I don't mean that type of self-care. I mean, if you don't really like you as a person, when you look in the mirror, not about what you see, but how you feel about yourself, if you really don't like you, you're probably going to engage in self-destructive habits and habits that ruin your business, honestly. Okay? You probably will, even if you don't notice it. If you don't like you, do you know that other people will be less likely to like you? Put a one in the chat if you understand that fun fact about life. If you don't like you, other people are going to be less likely to like you. Yeah. The people who are the most likable, the most influential, do you notice that they really like themselves? They have a healthy sense of self-worth and self-love. So it's okay for you to work on that. Like when a puppy comes into a room or a brand new baby just born, do you notice that everybody in the room immediately leaves and locks on to the new baby or to the puppy? Immediately, oh my gosh, puppy, right? Strangest thing. It's because the puppy is all about the puppy. They will pee on your floor and bark in your face and be weird when you don't like it. A baby will vomit on you and then cry for food and then vomit the food up on you and don't care and still expect, look, go ahead, parent, wipe my butt, clean me up, clean me up. And babies are real selfish like that. And they know you're going to do it. Cats are the same way. Yeah, cats are the same way. Everybody gravitates toward people and things that really have a healthy sense of self-worth. It's not arrogance. It's that you really understand who you are as a person in God and you really do like yourself. And a lot of things that you should do should be designed to put yourself in a superior position, not above other people, but to the previous version of yourself. Okay, because that self-love and that self-worth that you feel for you is going to be reflected back by people. All right. Here's another part: self forgiveness. Ladies and gentlemen, self forgiveness. We will all make mistakes. Self forgiveness, self forgiveness. If you cannot forgive, and sometimes the lack of self worth, the I don't really love myself, I don't really like myself, I don't forgive myself. A lot of times, all of those thoughts are taking place on the subconscious level. You're not even aware of it. You're not even aware of it. You just don't like what you see and don't feel how you don't like how you feel. Nothing really happened, right? And so the point is, when you do not forgive yourself, especially for things that have nothing to do with you that you can't control, okay? A lot of people have a lot of parent guilt about their kids. This is normal for a lot of parents. The more parents I work with, the more parents I learn across all spectrums: black, white, male, female, dad, mama, older parents, young parents. Parents be having some parent guilt, some parent guilt. A lot of stuff you got to understand. Listen, your kids are going to make their own decisions. The people you made them kids with is going to make their own decisions too. And a lot of times, mostly moms, but sometimes dads will internalize that like you made them dumbass decisions they made. You tried to raise them best you could. But guess what? At the end of the day, they're their own human. They're their own human being. And they didn't come for you. They came to this world for themselves. They just came through you. And a lot of times it's hard to understand that that is an autonomous human being that is going to make their own decisions. And if you can't forgive yourself, you won't be able to forgive other people. You're going to be holding grudges against other people that you really shouldn't, because you holding a grudge against another person, it's just hurting you. It's just building up resentment in your body and in your spirit. It's just going to give you some disease, because resentment causes different diseases. And doctors be like, I don't know why this person got this particular disease. It's long-standing resentment. That level of frequency and vibration is so low, it'll cause your cells to mutate. Resentment is very, very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. Okay. And I think the research will show that more over time. But just trust me, resentment's a terrible thing. You have to forgive yourself. If you can't forgive yourself, other people will notice that lack of forgiveness, and you will continue to get experiences about things that you don't want to forgive in other people. They're a mirror. They're a mirror. Self criticism. You be talking to yourself so crazy in ways that if somebody tried to talk to your kid like that, you'd go upside their head. Some people talk to yourself sometimes, not all the time, sometimes so crazy, so bad that if you heard somebody else talking to somebody else like that, you would be offended and you will go stop them. And what you if you heard somebody talking to Coach Marcus crazy, you'd probably be like, man, hold on. You ain't about to be talking to Coach Marcus like that. I'm about, look, hold on. But you will talk to yourself that way thousands of times a day and sometimes not even notice. Now, this is a very difficult place to be, but I want you to get rid of it, because that self-criticism, it doesn't serve you. It's not going to ever make you better. It's only going to keep you worse or keep you down. And other people are going to be more critical of you because you're manifesting and getting Like there's a verse in the Bible said, God knows what you prayed for before you speak it. That's a crazy statement. That's a crazy statement. But think of what is that saying? It says he's responding to your thoughts just as much as your words, even faster, even faster. So when you think in self-critical thoughts and other people start being critical of you, a lot of times it's just because just the way God set this funny world up. You can be critical of you, so they're going to be critical of you. I think there's another verse that says, he who has more, he who hath more, even more will be given. But it doesn't say what, it doesn't say money, it doesn't say relationships, it just says more, right? The previous verse talks about income, but that particular verse says, to he who hath more, even more will be given. To he who hath little, even the little he has will be taken away. You got to think about that. Your thoughts build momentum, okay? Now I'm gonna give you two more as we wrap this call up. Self-discipline and self-leadership. Self-discipline is crucial. If you know you're not, thank you, Lynn, the parable of the talents in the New Testament, you are correct. If you do not have even the smallest modicum of self-discipline, are you surprised when your team don't want to get on auto ship? Are you surprised when they auto ship be 49 BV? I saw somebody with a 90 BV auto ship. Why, bro? Like, why are we doing that? The discipline. If you can't not eat what you're not supposed to eat, or not drink what you're not supposed to drink, or not smoke what you're not supposed to smoke, are you ever surprised when your team doesn't have any discipline to talk to two people a day about the products of the business? Do you understand that I get excited when I see the team and having more six-figure earners and everywhere, and people making 5 and 10K, and new products coming out, and people hitting diamond rank and hitting? I get excited because at least I know I'm kind of doing a little something right. Something right. If you're looking at, yeah, look, Miriam's in the comments, 49 BBs, all I can do. Yeah, okay, Hoss. Okay, bro. But that's the point. Is that not all the time, sometimes. Now, there is nothing wrong, for the record, with, be it smoking or drinking, or I'm not judging nobody, for the record. Not me, not me. You got a lot of judgmental people in this world. Not this guy. Whatever you're comfortable with doing, and that's what you want to do, like, okay, so be it. That's a victimless crime. That's on you and you. But what I'm saying is, as far as a discipline standpoint, most people I know who drink heavily or smoke too much or do anything of the third and just don't have any real moderation, they want to cut back or they want to quit. Just the people I know personally, they do. For some reason, they're like, you know what? I don't want to do this. This is not good. I realize this is not good. I'm having trouble stopping. That's discipline. Their lack of self-control or self-leadership, they can't get their self to act right. How could they ever really think they're going to be a leader of men and women? And look, they don't even have to know what your bad habits are. This is spiritual. This is your spirit, man. Is your physical version, people might think you're great, bro, but your spiritual version is weak with no discipline and no spiritual muscle, because spiritual muscle is built through discipline and obedience. Never forget that. Spiritual muscle is built through discipline and obedience. You can go ahead and look that up. Go ahead and look that up. Look that up. Look, that ain't nothing to do with me. That's the real. Okay. That's how you do your spiritual push-ups, discipline, obedience. Figure it out. All right. So the point is, when people get to that point of lack of self-leadership, it will reflect in their business. And this is the thing about network marketing. And that's all we got on that. You'll figure it out. Y'all are adults. You know what you got to work on. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you this thing about network marketing. And my mentors told me this a very long time ago. Two things. Number one, they said, this business will shine a flashlight on the people, places, and things in your life that need to change. If you got a friend circle and you start doing MLM or network marketing and they're not supporting you, look, this industry just signed a flashlight on them. That really might not be your friends. If you have a spouse or a significant other that is not supporting your network marketing business, they want you to be at that job even though you hate it, but there are people at the network marketing business making money. This business just signed a flashlight on some flaws in that relationship that y'all probably need to work to resolve if you really love each other, honestly. Okay. when you are in this business and you just see other people winning and they're like, man, they are killing it, and your team's not, but you know you're really good, you know some skills, but you really aren't winning at the level, and you know how it is. You get a little jealous, you get a little, I can't stand it. It's shining a flashlight on things within yourself that you know you need to change. This industry will flip the light on in every dark corner of your life and your personal life and everything else if you want to succeed. This industry is a personal development program with a pay plan wrapped around it. It is just personal development, getting better at communicating with your fellow human beings and individuals, and get better at communicating with yourself and learning these things. The pay plan is just the check you get for getting better at that, communicating and interacting with your fellow human beings on this planet. That's really what it is. I know. That is why the people who typically have the highest level of personal development, Coach Marcus, like, is one of the most forgiving, one of the most humble. He don't even have to be humble. One of the most humble people I've ever met. His discipline's incredible. The way he treats people is amazing. Of course, he's made at this point over $5 million in the network marketing industry, over $1 million at HBN Go to Sana, but over 4 before that. Of course he did. Why? Because his personal development is here. His personal development is here. Okay. You got to really be the type of person. You don't have to mimic or match what any leader does. You know what you need to do. You know the type of person you want to evolve into and become. The pay plan will show your effort and results in that category. And that's why self-discipline and self-leadership is so important. Now, as we close the call, for everybody who reached out with your prayers and whatnot for my family, I was in Louisiana yesterday for the funeral of my 2 cousins. I can tell you, I have never seen 2 closed caskets at a funeral. The church was packed. They had so many people at the church that they had to go one city over to a bigger church to accommodate it. That is how much my cousins were loved in the community. They left behind children. They left behind spouses. It was an absolutely devastating day for everybody. We went to my aunt's house, their mother's house afterward, and that part was a blessing, honestly. So many new babies that I haven't had a chance to meet yet in our family. Babies sometimes take the edge off of death in the family. You got little cousins that you haven't met yet, and then the cousins you remember, they're grown now with kids. It's so my spirits were lifted by your prayers for sure, and your kind words, and my spirits were definitely lifted by being a part of this industry that allows me to drop everything and go to be with my family and come back when I can and things of that nature. MJ has been super supportive as well, coming down. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. But that being said, we do have a lot of work to do. And the pastor said something very interesting at the funeral. I guess this is a good point to close on. And a lot of people packed, standing room only, packed. The pastor said, when bad things happen in life, when tragedies happen in life, you can apply this to business, apply this to family. He said, really do your best to not be upset, with God, simply because God never promised you life would be any other way. God never promised you that life would be 100% roses and no thorns. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Allah the Merciful don't even talk like that. He can only give you truth. God can only give you truth. And the truth is, this life is going to have some beautiful moments, and it is going to have some absolutely devastating moments, but you persevere and you push toward the eternal reward. That makes it all worth it, I think, for all of us. And death really keeps it in perspective, especially when the death was unexpected. It helps keep everything in perspective. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all again. Thank you for your kind words and your prayers. And we will see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on our testimonial call. I think this will be the first testimonial call where we have, for those of you who ordered already and got those, came in, the go-go sticks. And I cannot wait to get those testimonials tomorrow night. And I want to share some too, because I already got 2 crazy testimonials out the gate from just when these came in tomorrow. So get your guests on there. Thank y'all for your time. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Myself, Miriam, and Coach Seymour will see you Tuesday. Coach Sonic Jones will see you Wednesday. Coach Marcus will be there Wednesday as well. And then Thursday, we have Coach Marcus and Coach Tina, and possibly a guest appearance from Coach Kim. So it is going to be a great week of calls and growth. And I will see y'all on tomorrow. Good night. God bless. And thank you so much for your time.